Huh. What's that in the corner? Oh, an update preview. That's exciting. Jokes aside, I know why you clicked on the video. So, yeah, we're going over everything coming out in the update that comes out later today. Wow, that was wordy. I'm just gonna say the Lemon Zest update, which I will be live streaming, by the way, so make sure you're there. Let's get right into it. The first big thing talked about is the new Chapter 8 map, the Citrus Citadel. This is where we meet Lemon Zest Cookie, who is a knight from the Citrus Order. And speaking of Lemon Zest Cookie, he is the next epic cookie coming to Tower of Adventures. He is going to be a light-ranged fighter and is going to be the next gotcha banner. From what we've seen his gameplay, it's going to be based around attacking enemies that have a debuff that he puts on them to fill up a bar, which he can then use to use a powerful charged up attack. And the devs do recommend being careful with his skill and ultimate usage, as they are really crucial to his damage. Next up is Mala Sauce Cookie, who's going to be the next rare cookie coming to Tower of Adventures. She's going to be a Fire Smash tagger, and it seems like she's going to be an alternative to Cherry Cookie, as her abilities have massive AoE, and her ultimate continues dealing fire damage and applying the fire tag even when she's not on the field. Coming from Kingdom, they only added one rare cookie since the launch of the game, and honestly, I'm kind of liking that they're already adding a new one in Tower of Adventures. And even though they're weaker in the grand scheme of things, they're more free-to-play friendly to obtain than epic cookies. So ultimately, it's not that bad of an idea to add more. The next thing they're adding in this update is going to be a new game mode called the Infinite Labyrinth, which we can see in the bottom right corner of the screen. Now, they say the goal of this game mode is to defeat waves of enemies as fast as possible, and the faster you do it, the more points you get. So it's a little something like the current Labyrinth of Remembrance that we have, that I also have not completed. But it's nice seeing them already adding some kind of end game, considering it's the first major update. We also got a sneak peek at what the raid this week is going to look like, and it's going to be none other than Cactor, the Chapter 3 boss. I think this will be like a nice change of pace, considering Banana Kong is incredibly like fast paced and definitely a little harder than the previous bosses, so I'm kind of excited. But the season rule, oh no, the season rule, it's worse than the tornadoes, guys. It's worse than the tornadoes. Now, as much as I'm scared for this new season rule, I'm actually kind of excited because it shows that they are willing to innovate. So what the new season rule is that you and an ally will be linked, but if you move far enough away from each other, you guys start taking damage. Now that sounds horrifying with randoms, but at the same time, I think it'd be kind of like a fun little challenge because you actually have to like try. But I hope that I'm not just stuck following a teammate like a lost puppy dog. Oh, and speaking of raids, we're also getting stage 5 raids. Besides being harder, the main difference is that there's actually an increased chance to get a rainbow chest, which are the purple chests if you didn't know. And even beyond that, this update we finally get the pity system for raid equipment, meaning that after so many raids, you're guaranteed a super epic plus equipment. And I'm really glad that they're addressing this, because this was probably the biggest complaint the community has had. So I'm really glad to see that they're actually fixing it instead of ignoring it. Remember, I will be live when the update drops, so if you want to stop by and say hi, then feel free to. Anyways, until next time.